Hey there guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. In this video I'm going to talk about healthcare in the West, primarily the United States, and I'm going to talk about all the most important information, all the most helpful and useful information in this video, because to talk about absolutely everything would take many hours, so this is going to be a compressed version with all of the best bits. Now, if you think about this and you look at most Americans today and the way that they live their lives and the foods that they're eating, the sort of habits that they have, you could definitely say that most Americans do not live a very healthy lifestyle, and health and wellness and well-being, fitness, all that kind of stuff has definitely taken more of a backseat, especially in recent years, I would say. Things like obesity, heart disease, cancers, all those kind of things are much more prevalent today than they are in, say, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s. But today it's becoming a real problem. And starting right off the bat, this is of course because a veritable cornucopia of multi-trillion-dollar industries and corporations make sure that most people are making these unhealthy, destructive lifestyle choices, and that they're leading very destructive lives. Destructive on your body, destructive on your mind, destructive on your heart. Every aspect and every facet of human health, they're making sure that people are living their lives in a way that's going to sabotage that. Now, of course, it's easy to let things go, especially if you're a busy person and let's say that you work several jobs. I don't know, you're a parent, you're going to college full time and you're working full time. We don't really pay attention to what kind of foods we're eating, or we have habits. We smoke, we drink, we do this, we do that. Everyone lets themselves slip when it comes to being healthy and making healthy choices. But I think everyone watching this video should go to a hospital and go and see what can happen to human beings. Go and see what can happen to people if you neglect those things for too long. If you don't quit smoking, if you keep on eating unhealthy foods, if you keep on continuing unhealthy habits, not sleeping enough, just destroying your body, living a physically destructive lifestyle, go to hospital and see what can happen. Okay, so now let's get into the real meat of this video, which is why healthcare in America and the healthcare industry, the idea of healthcare, is a lie. Now, in America, if you go to school for medicine and you want to go to school to become a doctor or a GP, everything that you're learning about is to treat symptoms with diseases, illnesses, conditions, etc. It is to treat symptoms and to keep people coming back to the hospital as long as you can. Keep them alive, but keep them sick by prescribing them medications that are going to keep them sick, but are going to treat symptoms. They're going to give the illusion of making you better, but they keep you coming back to the hospital to make them more money. Make insurance companies more money, make the hospital staff more money. It is all designed to make people as much money as possible. First and foremost, you must realize this. The healthcare industry in America is interested first and foremost, and interested mostly in your money and making as much money off of you as possible. They are not interested in curing your conditions. They are not interested in making you happier. They are interested in creating the illusion that you are getting better, that you are getting better, creating the illusion that they are curing you, that they are healing you. But all that they are doing, their main interest is to make as much money off of you as possible. If you go to the doctor with your disease, your ailment, whatever's causing you pain and suffering, or something unpleasant, they are going to most likely prescribe you a drug, and the drug works its magic and treats the symptoms, makes you feel better, makes you feel a little bit better, but usually at the cost of a handful of unpleasant side effects. The side effects are not only unpleasant, but these side effects are costing your body. They are making you feel better. They are treating these symptoms at the cost of destroying your body more in other areas. Now, I'm obviously not a doctor, but it is my educated opinion that this methodology, this approach to treating diseases and ailments, is one of the worst that you can take if your interest is to cure people and cure diseases. For the vast majority of cases, the vast majority of patients and their ailments and diseases, there is nothing that is being done here by these drugs that is curing or progressing these people towards getting cured. It is only treating the symptoms. Only the human body, only the body is capable of healing itself. Only the body can repair itself. Only the body can get rid of diseases. Sometimes it needs a little bit of help doing that. But only treating the symptoms of something is not going to make it go away. Now, this help that I'm talking about, and the whole approach that I think every person in America should take towards healthcare, is of course preventative healthcare, preventative measures, and giving your body the help it needs if you already have diseases, or you have already made mistakes and you're paying for them now. You've been smoking for 20, 30, 40 years. There are things you can do. There are solutions to these life-threatening problems, these diseases, these seemingly incurable, impossible things to get rid of. Heart disease, cancer, anything you can think of. The answers and the solutions to these problems are either very cheap or free. They are also very easy to do. Getting enough sleep, not eating processed foods, eating a nutritious diet, getting all of your micronutrients and your macronutrients in your diet, going outside on a regular basis, exercising for 30 minutes a day, getting proper sunlight, staying properly hydrated, abstaining from harmful substances, i.e. cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, getting rid of addictions, okay? Everything that I just listed is either a very cheap or free thing to do. It is also something that could not only potentially cure something you may already have, but of course is going to prevent it. You just have to stay consistent with it. And most people in America, through an incredible brainwashing is the wrong term, through incredible conditioning, through the media, through music, everything. People starting from K through 12, all the way up until they're adults in America, are trained and conditioned to live destructive, unhealthy lifestyles to make industries and corporations money. With exception to people who are genetically predisposed to certain ailments, diseases, and conditions, generally speaking, most people, the human body is a very capable, very functional thing that can function for many decades without any serious problems. If you take care of it, if you do all the right things, if you avoid all the wrong foods, if you don't do drugs, if you don't drink alcohol, if you do all these simple, moderately difficult things, you can avoid most diseases. So that's the general message, that's the general point that I want to get across in this video, is that doctors and healthcare professionals have a definite place in this world, and they are definitely very useful for certain things. But when it comes to the money-making aspect and the industry of medicine in America, their interest is not making you better, okay? Their interest is making as much money off of you as possible, and the insurance companies want to make as much money off of you as possible. One of the main pillars that holds up the US economy, especially in the last few decades, is healthcare. It is healthcare and education. Those are the two industries that are making trillions of dollars off of fooling people and sucking their blood, sucking every last drop of their metaphorical blood from their bodies, okay, to make as much money as possible. You look at most countries in Europe, you look at Asian countries, you look at New Zealand, Australia, Russia, all those countries, healthcare is either extremely cheap or free to all citizens. In the US, it is not. Same with education. Most European, Asian countries, most places in the world, education is not so exorbitantly expensive, okay? So you gotta keep your eyes open to this. If there's one piece of advice I would give any young person watching this video, anyone who hasn't been duped yet, anyone who hasn't fell prey to the conditioning into idiocracy that most people have been duped into, it is, before you spend your money on anything, before you do anything that someone is telling you or asking you to do, you must ask yourself this question: is there interest to sell you something or to get money from you? If the answer is yes, then you need to really think about it before doing it. You need to really think about dropping $100 grand on a worthless degree. You need to really think about going to a doctor to get prescribed drugs that are not going to cure you, but are only going to treat side effects, and be kept on that medication to consistently give the drug companies your money and consistently make the insurance companies more money. The two things that everybody can do to avoid most major diseases and ailments is to, number one, do everything that you can through good diet and healthy lifestyle choices to lower inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of most diseases, okay? And number two is to reduce oxidative stress, okay? As well as free radical damage, things like that, okay? Oxidative stress and free radical damage are going to come from things like not sleeping enough. They're going to come from signals that come from cell phone towers, Wi-Fi signals. All this kind of stuff has an effect on the cells in our body and causes inflammation. Heart disease, that's a great example. Heart disease is caused by inflammation. It was thought for many years, many decades, possibly hundreds of years, I don't know, that heart disease was caused by eating too much cholesterol, by having too much fat in your diet. Recent studies have actually found that it is caused by inflammation. So the number one thing that someone can do if they're interested in protecting their health, saving money, saving themselves from unnecessary pain and suffering down the line later in their life, is you must lower inflammation in the body. That is the main thing. It is that simple. Everything that I listed earlier in the video, those healthy habits and lifestyle choices, if you do those and you are consistent with those, you will avoid most major diseases. It is that simple. So anyways guys, that is all for this video. as I said before, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, but a lot of the information that I talked about in this video I think is going to help lots of people. And this is an approach to healthcare. This is a way of dealing with health problems that you just don't hear about enough. And it's always drugs. It's always doctors got to prescribe something. So to recap, number one, keep your eyes open. Don't fall into the lies that you're being fed. Number one, and number two, avoid unhealthy, destructive lifestyle choices. And I think you'll really benefit from that. I think this video is going to help lots of people out there. Anyways, if there was anything in this video that you liked or was at all helpful, give this video a like, as it really helps me out. And please share this video around, as it really helps my channel. It really helps me and motivates me to make more videos. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.